Hey, oh, am I live? I don't know if I'm live. I'm going to cook and I want to go live. I'm going to go live if I ever figure out how to do it. I was trying to go live on two places at once, but I'm going to make crab and shrimp pot pie as soon as I finish figuring out how you go live on this thing. And it's hot. Y'all hot? I'm hot. I'm going to turn the air down. Oh, I go live here. Oh, somebody's here. Hey, or maybe that's me. I'm really not figuring out. This is me being extra. So I know I went live before. Oh my God, this is a lot. This is the most. How can you just go live? I don't want to do that. Live from my page. I'm trying to go live. I don't know how to do this. Oh, I'm looking very old womanish. I want to go. Here we go. All right. I hope that works. I look. So 3, I'm late. Okay. I'm going live this time because I'm making crab and shrimp pot pie. And I said I was going to make it, so I'm going to make it. I tried to make this before, and so I'm trying again. And I think it didn't come out bad last time, so it should come out excellent this time. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Can y'all see me? I'm going to let this up so you can see me better. Can you see me? Hey, there's people here. Hey, Brittany. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. I'm making crab and shrimp pot pie. Of course, I'm not going to measure anything, just like normal, because that's not what I do. But I do make crab and shrimp pot pie. So what I'm making the pie in. So this is my pan. It's like a regular old plain pan. And actually, I got that pan because I used to have a nicer pan, but my ex burned it. Hey, hey, Kristen. Hey, Kristen. Um, hey, boo. So that my ex-boyfriend burned it, so he bought me this pie, this pan to replace it. So that's what I'm using it for. So I'm using this pan, and to put the pie in, I bought these little tins. So these are smaller than a regular pie tin. I have a regular pie tin, y'all. Excuse all my snacks, but this is a regular size pie tin, and you can see that this one is a lot smaller. Where did I get this from? I got this from Shoppers. So just a regular grocery store. I just wanted a smaller pie tin because I knew I wasn't going to make that much pie. So I'm using this as my tin. And everything is pre-prepped. Oh, but it would be helpful if I had shrimp and crab. So I already chopped up the shrimp and the crab. So what size shrimp? I got my shrimp from Costco. So it's not anything super fancy. And this crab is some lump crab meat in a can. It's like 2 pounds. I think it's 2 pounds. Yeah, 16 ounces. So 2 pounds I got, or is that 1 pound? I think that's 1 pound. So 1 pound I got from Shoppers as well. I chopped everything up already. So just to make this go faster, this is celery. This is my bell pepper. So this is an orange bell pepper and a green bell pepper. So this is a whole orange, like the sweet peppers. This is a whole orange bell pepper. And the green is like half of one. I made this up. So that's not like a actual recipe. This is what I made up. This is a whole yellow onion. So this is a whole small yellow onion that I made. How much shrimp? So I can open this up some so y'all can see. This is how much shrimp I have. So I want to say it was like 8 to 10 shrimp. And then I left like 4 or 5 of them big so that I could use them as a garnish. So what I just did was I just turned my stove on to medium heat. This is a gas stove. I just turned it on medium heat, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon. Yep, a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter. Why so much? Because I like it. Why so much? Because that's what I like, so that's what I'm having. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of olive oil so y'all can see. I put a tablespoon in, and that's not anything fancy. That's like regular olive oil, but it's the extra virgin. I would actually prefer if you didn't use extra virgin, but I don't have any non-extra virgin olive oil. But extra virgin, in my opinion, is like for salad dressing. You don't necessarily want to cook with that. That's my personal opinion. But I do cook with olive oil, but I ran out of the regular kind. This is a tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to drop it into the grease. Why olive oil and butter? Because if you don't put the olive oil, if you don't put the olive oil in, butter has a tendency to burn, right? So if you don't want it to burn, a little olive oil. So there's going to be both. And the purpose of the olive oil and the butter is to sweat my vegetables. So this is a trinity: celery, onions, and peppers. That blessed trinity. Don't mix it. Let me not mix it. Okay, so it's starting to cook. This is gonna be quick, y'all. You know what I forgot to do? Cut the oven on. Cut your oven on to 400. And while that's doing that, we can talk about pie crust. I buy pie crust. I don't like rolling dough. If you like rolling dough, you're an amazing human. Congratulations. You're amazing. I love you. I'm not gonna do it. This is like some regular pie crust I got from Shoppers. And let me just say, in these Corona streets, pie crust is a commodity. I didn't even know. I ain't even know. I didn't even know pie crust was a commodity. But you want some? Gotta run these on the street. And that was the very last one. I got it. Look at me winning. Okay. So that butter is melted. And what I'm going to put in it is my small yellow onion, my peppers. So that's a whole orange pepper and a half of a green bell pepper. This is 2 stalks of celery. If you are from the South, I don't know if they call it the Trinity in the North. Ooh, that don't smell good. But I don't know if they call it the Trinity in the North, but in the South, we call onions, peppers, and celery the Trinity. Yes? Hey, Mikhail. I see you there. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Leah. Hey, Joy. So, look, you know what I'm going to do this time? I don't even know if Leon said it on this time, but he was like, you're not supposed to be cooking with plastic. Pro tip: cook with a wooden spatula. Hey, Big Man. Hey, Will. Hey, Rashid. Hey, Danye. Look. Okay, so he told me like, you're supposed to have a wooden spatula. So y'all, this is for Lee Armstead. I'm cooking with a wooden spatula. So in my pan, I have onions, peppers, and do I seem far away? Do y'all want me to move it closer? I'm gonna move it closer. You know what the nice thing about gas is? Already the same temperature. I'm just moving it a little closer. So, and I'm still wetting my vegetables. So I want these to get almost translucent. Once they are almost translucent, then I'm gonna add garlic. And the reason I want them just about translucent before I add garlic, hey, is because garlic will burn. So you don't want to add it like right off the break, right? You want it to be like right before you add other stuff. So I'm adding garlic once my onions are translucent because that means pretty much everything's cooked. And what I'm taking out of the refrigerator is some half and half because this is going to be part of my sauce. And what I already have out is some cream cheese. So you need 6 ounces of cream cheese for this dish. I didn't have 6 ounces, so I have 5 ounces. It's not going to be perfect. This is not the Food Network. We're going to make it. We go bake it. So I was like, okay, I could get into my kitchen and cook something. You know what I'm doing? I'm doing the social distancing. Something's missing. Pie crust. Okay, so the pie crust, kind of let it sit out. If you buy this kind of pie crust like I do, let it sit out and get like room temperature a bit. Scissors. So I'm opening my pie crust now, and I'm going to put it in this little tin after I roll it out. So it comes out. Hey, Kyoko. My life is just wrong. Y'all, this is my Deltaversary. Can I say that? I'm excited. We 19 years in this. Happy Deltaversary to you, Soror. My line sisters on here. So I'm taking this pie crust and I'm just rolling it out because I want to put, and it's like breaking a little bit. Oh, that's what I get for using cheap pie crust. But all I wanted to do is to go into this tin. It doesn't need to be perfect because I'm eating it. Thank you, Shvigmain. So I have to put this in one of these tins. I got a bunch of these. I got them all from Shoppers. They're like 6 in a pack, and they come with little tops so you can cover them up. Isn't that nice? So I'm gonna put my pie. Well, I'm gonna stir vegetables, and then first I'm stirring vegetables, and now I'm just putting my pie crust into this tin. And this is nothing fancy. Like because y'all can't see it, right? Oh no, you can't see it because I don't have a camera set up like that. So I don't know how people do that. But what I'm doing is putting the pie crust into the tin and I'm just shaping it, right? And literally for the edges, I'm like pinching them. And I'm not showing you yet because honestly, if I pull my hand up from showing you how I'm pinching this, I'm going to destroy it. There's that part, the part where she destroys it. Okay. So can you see I've just put it into the tin? Can you see that? And now I'm just pushing around the edges like when you see it, when you buy it, and it looks like, oh, it's got these little already like handprints where they squeezed it. All those people did was squeeze it around the edge. That's literally what I'm doing. And the reason I started my oven early is because I'm going to put this in here. Thank you, Will. I'm going to put this in the oven. I'm going to poke some holes in it. So I'm going to take a fork and I'm going to poke some holes in it, just like we do with any, so it gets a little air. But I'm going to pre-cook this for about 10 minutes. And the reason I'm going to pre-cook it for 10 minutes is because I don't want this to be raw. when my filling for the crab and shrimp pot pie goes in, it's actually already going to be cooked. So what I'm doing at the point where I put it in the oven is I'm just setting it. Everything's already cooked at that point, right? I am almost at that point with my vegetables. So that's probably another 3 minutes before I can add the garlic. And so I have poked holes into my little pot pie shell. See? I don't think y'all can see. Can you see? I'm going to put this in the oven. I'm making food for one. Who's cooking for one? Me. Team no kids. Team no spouse. Team she still got to eat. Thank you, oven. We're now at 400 degrees, and I just popped it in. I feel so special. You know what's missing? A cocktail. I think we got one more minute on that. So I think we have time for a drink. Just a little drink. A little drink. We got time for a little drink. This is social distancing. Okay. I popped that into the oven. I'm gonna leave it in there for about 5 to 10 minutes because I want it to bake. And while these onions are looking, oh my God. So y'all, all I did was put in butter and olive oil. There's onions, peppers, and celery. Can I tell you how it smells amazing already? That smells good, and it's not even anything to eat yet. So here's what I'm using for garlic. So y'all know, we're not doing anything super fancy. This is the garlic. I just bought it from store, minced garlic. I'm not mincing any garlic. I'm gonna put a teaspoon. Uh-oh. Okay, well, all right. I wasn't so sure it was gonna happen. We're gonna put a teaspoon of garlic. It's a heaping teaspoon, isn't it? I like garlic. You know who's gonna be like, oh my God, there's so much garlic? Nobody. Absolutely no one. No one is gonna be like that because no one else is gonna eat this with me. So I'm gonna turn my fire down a little because I just added the garlic in. And like once you start to smell the garlic, then it's time to add your other stuff in. So I'm gonna add in my shrimp, and then I can add in crab meat, which I'm not gonna season. The shrimp is what is already seasoned. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. We like garlic. So the shrimp is already seasoned. I season the shrimp with Old Bay, um, garlic powder, Lawry's, cayenne pepper, and black pepper. So if I don't have Tony's, because literally I put Tony's on everything. If I don't have any Tony's Creole seasoning, then what I use is Lawry's, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, black pepper. And that kind of gives me a little bit of my Creole seasoning. So that's what the shrimp is seasoned with. And now I'm going to drop it in here. And then I'm going to let that cook a little. And this is like not hard to make at all. Ultimately, I'm going to pull out the large whole shrimp because, like I said, those are garnished. So I'm not going to leave them in to the very end. I love the sound of garlic. I would love some Spanky's gourmet spicy garlic. I thought Spanky's had pickles. Spanky's got garlic too. Have y'all heard of these Spanky pickles? I didn't even know. Spanky's has garlic. Okay, look. So y'all see all this cheese? The cheese that this dish calls for is Asiago because it's a great melter. You get like that super creamy cheese. This is not Asiago. So I couldn't find it. I real talk, I just couldn't find Asiago cheese because I ordered my groceries on Sunday. Okay, Sunday, Sunday. What's today? Tuesday. Who has Asiago cheese? Apparently, the uppities had it gone out. I'm blaming everybody. Yes, I wanted Asiago cheese too, but I'm still blaming the people who went out and bought the Asiago cheese up. Like, what y'all out here making? Somebody is out here making something yummy with Asiago cheese because I couldn't get any. They had to be me. So this crab, don't use the whole thing unless you're making that much. I don't have enough people in my house to make that much. I'm still. Oh my God, that smells so good. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you when you're done. Okay. So this is a y'all know what this is. We ain't playing these games. It's gonna be delicious. So I made this before because one of my friends, Leslie Honore, bomb poet, went to Xavier University, class of '98. So Leslie Honore, oh, she has a book, Fits and Fire. You can get it on Blurb. But she made chicken pot pie, and it was so freaking amazing, and it looked amazing. And I was like, I want that. This is 2 pounds of crab meat. Use half of this if you're making enough for one of it. Why is Tamia laughing at me? I only use half of this because I'm not going to eat that much. So I'm literally taking a half of this and pushing it in. See, y'all see, it's just like crumbly. Can y'all see that? It's just crumbling. And I only want half of it because, well, I mean, how much crab and shrimp do you need? But I guess it's up to you, depending on what you like, right? It depends on what you like. I don't need that much crab and shrimp. And the shrimp needed to cook more than the crab because the crab is really already done. So I put the shrimp in first. You know what goes in next? Cream cheese. So we're going to let this cook a little bit more. I'm going to let it cook a little bit more. You know what didn't happen yet? My drink. Not yet. Okay. I don't know. You cannot see my stove at all. Oh no! I wish I had known. Can you see it now, boo? You can't. You can't see the stove. I didn't even realize you couldn't see the stove. Is this better? I should just move you all together, huh? I can fix it. Okay, sorry y'all. If this noise is bothering you, I want you to be closer because I want you to see what I'm doing. So now you won't see me as much. You'll see more of the stove. But that's great, right? Stove is good, right? Stove is good. Okay. So I am going to add, so this is actually in a really, really good place. The shrimp is almost fully cooked. Don't worry about if it's fully cooked because shrimp. It's gonna keep cooking as long as the stuff is hot. I have taken out my cream cheese, and like I said, I don't have 6 ounces. I have 5 ounces of cream cheese, but that one little extra ounce, I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference. But I let it sit out and get room temperature, so it's not all tight. You know how cream cheese is, and just let it sit out because all you're gonna do, I just cut it up into big chunks. So you can see this cheese, I cut it up into big chunks, and I'm going to put it into my pan. That's it. I'm just scraping all of this cream cheese into the pan. And y'all gonna get mad at me. So I already can acknowledge that y'all are about to be mad at me, but you know what's about to happen? I'm about to add half and half. How much half and half do we add to these? I don't know. I'll be honest. I was like, ooh, I don't have an amount. I sure don't. I sure don't. How much half and half? I don't know, y'all. So, and this is what I'm gonna say too, because I don't use as much seasoning as probably some others do. Season to taste. Like this is going to make a cream sauce. It's going to have cheese in it. It's going to have half and half in it. It has the cream cheese in it. Ultimately, this is going to make a cream sauce. But I don't know if y'all can tell the cream in the pan is starting to it's starting to like melt. It's cream cheese. It's melting down. So that's what cream cheese does. And so it's melting down. And so the next thing to add to this is, first let's take out our pie shell. So I just wanted it cooked a little bit so it's not raw. So at the point that I put my filling in, it's ready to go. Oh my gosh. I'm so appreciative for this meal. I'm happy it's not even done yet. Just some fat prep. Hey, I'm glad it's better. I'm glad you can see. But okay, so you can see that the cream cheese is pretty much melted. So now we're going to add half and half. How much half and half? I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't have this information. I want enough that I can get some liquid so that it's a little bit liquidy, but not a lot. So I guess if I'm looking at it, it would be like if I poured some shoot, what would I call this? Like runny pancake mix or something? Because I just want it to be wet enough that I can add the cheese and it cannot cook in and melt down. So because this is pretty much it. This is the dish. Like with every dish, I add hot sauce. Any type of cream sauce I have, I always add hot sauce. So if I ever have a cream sauce, did you count to 3 or 5? No, man, we're counting to 10 today. How about that? See, I know you're being funny. Forget you, Big Man. Forget you. You're being funny. But today, we're counting to 10. 1, 10 dashes. 10 dashes of hot sauce. And now, this is a Worcestershire sauce. And we're going to add 10 dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I add this crap on everything. Why? Because I like it. Season to taste. Season to taste, child. So I'm just going to stir that in. And I remember I had already turned the fire down, so I never turned the fire back up. I'm going to add a little cayenne pepper to mine because I like a little spicy. And not too much salt or spice. That's a little cayenne. Is that a little cayenne? That's a little cayenne. It's a little cayenne for Denise. Denise likes a little cayenne. So now I'm going to add in, actually, before I add in anything, I need to take out, I'm going to use this other little tin. I need to take out the large shrimp because these are garnished, so they don't have to stay. Ooh, you know who's making a mess? Me. That's not one. I think it is. I think that's one I didn't cut. Did I get all the big shrimp out? I feel like it was more shrimp than this. Uh-oh, y'all. I can't find. Here we go. Here go one. I think it's one more. Yep. Look at me. Better do it to me. No. Hey, boo. The last thing that needs to be added. Right? So I will cheese. So this is grated sharp cheddar. I never, ever, ever run out of New York sharp cheddar cheese. Never, ever, ever. So that is 4 ounces of New York sharp cheddar. And I put in about 3 of the 4 ounces. And I'm just going to let it melt. And this is done. Really, real talk. That's pretty much it. So the only thing I have left to do is to put this I'm gonna let it simmer a little bit. Oh, look, there go another shrimp. I missed one. This is a large shrimp. The large shrimp can come out because these are garnished. And so all I'm going to do is let this melt and simmer for a little bit so I can turn it on low. This is actually done. Just let it simmer a little bit. So there's really, it looks delicious. Thanks. Oh, you're fine. You're not too late. You are fine. I am going to take, I had to go to the liquor store today, but I want y'all to know I was still social distance. I was covered up. I had the glasses on so you couldn't get to me, but I was able to get some changes. And because this is adults, it's okay. We can talk about this. I had to get some Jameson because I'm actually loving the Jameson. And I know this is not like my main thing because I'm really a bourbon drinker. But Jameson, I have to admit, it has a wonderful price point. This is a half gallon. It's got a wonderful price point. It tastes good. It's a little bit sweet, just like bourbon I like. And it's like you can't go wrong. Look how big this is. And then you just take this and what you do with it, this is how you mix it. You just pour it right over the ice, just like that. Look at that. Look at that. It's a whole drink already. How about that? So, oh my gosh, this looks great. So, I'm still making the crab and shrimp mixture. And this is pretty much it. So it's on low. That's it. There's nothing more to do. I'm going to give it another minute and then I'm going to turn it off completely. So the next thing I have is to add some orange juice. See, this is like the bottom of the orange juice. The orange juice doesn't go into this dish that I'm letting simmer. The orange juice goes into my drink. I like a little citrus. So that's where we put the orange juice. So there's that. I'm going to turn the fire off on this. And I'm going to let it sit for 1 full minute. And then I'm going to spoon it into my little tin that I have what is this called? What is this little pie tin? It's a tiny little pie tin though. So I'm going to spoon the mixture into the tiny pie tin after there's been like a minute. And oven's already on. It's already on at 400. What I'm going to do is spoon this mixture into the pie tin, and then I'm going to put a few shrimp on top and cover it, and then allow it to cook. So I'm going to put that in, allow it to cook, and I'm going to put a few shrimp on top for garnish. And what else? What's missing? Is something missing, y'all? What goes with this? Whatever you want. I'm thinking I might have a salad because I don't need anything super fancy with it. I had the last time I made this, I had asparagus. So there's that. And this doesn't even look like whiskey anymore. It makes me so happy. Okay. So I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to spoon this mixture into the little tin. Okay. And that really, because I did pre-prep, the pre-prep is really nothing, honestly. Y'all can see that there's not much to this dish, but this is a lot. Do you see how many spoons of this stuff I put in here? Now you can cover it on top and do like an egg wash, and I did that last time. I'm not going to do it this time because I don't see the point. But I'm going to because I didn't need all that bread. Sorry for the people who want to see the pie. Should I do the pie crust on top? What do y'all think? Should I just go ahead and do the pie crust on top? I'm putting like a little of the extra cheese. And then I'm going to put some of the shrimp. And that's going all around the top. And now I'm putting this back in the oven for like 20 minutes. What did y'all say? Looks good. Oh, thank you, True Texan. You better know it. You better know it's a True Texan in the house. So I put that back in the oven, and that's going to cook for another like 15 minutes. I think like 15 minutes or something. And it'll come out and it'll be done, and that'll be shrimp and crab pot pie. So it's not difficult to make it all. All y'all needed really was because I actually made the recipe up. So definitely anytime I make stuff like that, I put the onions, peppers, garlic, celery, onions, peppers, celery, onions, peppers, celery. Always put onions, peppers, and celery. I always add a little butter because I like butter. And then this time I had put in the cream sauce. So anytime I make cream sauce, I always do Worcestershire and hot sauce. So I don't think it's a bad thing if you add that, but that's because I like my own flavoring. I'm so mad. I swear, I'm so sorry that this is buzzing. Is this buzzing for y'all? This is buzzing for me. And I thought I had turned it off. My bad. Sorry, people. So that's in the oven cooking. I'm not baked. I'm just drinking. And I have extra cheese. I have so much. Do you see how much extra sauce this is? So literally, I can take one of the larger pie shells and put this in there and still have plenty left. But I got a bunch of these smaller tins available. And so I think that's actually what I'm going to do is make more of these little pot pies because I just made it the one time before and it was so freaking good. You can hear me? Oh, good. Hey, Demetria. Hi, Alexis. Welcome. Okay. I'm a Makers girl. So you know what? Makers, if in terms of like the whiskeys, because Makers is a bourbon. So y'all know that all bourbons are whiskey, but not all whiskeys are bourbons, right? We'll talk about that another time. That's not this show. But yeah, so I am a whiskey girl. I used to absolutely love white liquor. But every time I was drunk, white liquor. Why'd you do that? White liquor. You shouldn't be on that table. White liquor. Why did you get so sick? White liquor. You have a hangover. White liquor. I'm telling you, vodka is not my friend. Vodka does not want good things for me. Vodka's trying to see me my decline. It wants me to be destroyed. It doesn't want me to be happy. Vodka didn't want anything good for me. So I stopped drinking it. Brown liquor for brown people. Brown liquor for brown people. So now I drink mostly whiskey with the exception of my very, very dear tequila because I always have tequila. Like, what kind of horrible person doesn't have tequila? As a matter of fact, look, who laughing? You don't want tequila? You want tequila. Who laughing? Listen, you want tequila. You can freeze and send me one. Um, Gotta love my classmates. I can freeze my food and send you one. Hey Randall, I could freeze it and send you one. Actually, what's about to happen is I'm gonna eat this today. But I do have a whole nother pot pie that I'm gonna put into the oven right after my Facebook Live. After I'm making this crab and shrimp pot pie. Can I just like toot beep my own horn here? Toot beep. I made crab and shrimp pot pie. Okay. But after this crab and shrimp pot pie, I am going to make actually no, I'm going to watch my friend Facebook Live. So my friend Leslie is going to be reading poems, and then, like I said, it's my Delta anniversary. So it sounds like a no. Like, um, but yeah, sorry. I have so much extra. I actually could freeze it and send it to you. But don't you have to put that on like dry ice? That seems like the most. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Stucky. But I'm not sending it not because I don't love you, because I do. I love you, girl. I see. I do. Look, I do. I love you. I love you too, big man. I just don't know if I can like ship it. You know what I'm saying? Because then you got to go to the. You got to go to the. If I was gonna ship something, I think I have to go to post office. Like it just be all kinds of people in there, and about the whole social distancing aspect of that. We staying home and we cooking food at the house. I love you too, boo. I love y'all. I love y'all, but I don't know if I'm shipping food. I probably am not. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably not. So I'm still waiting for that to set. Oh, let's look at it. You can't see it. I can see it. It's so pretty. I'm so excited. So this is gonna be done in like a heartbeat. What? Um, what? Hey! Look, I shouldn't be drinking this whiskey. Can I just say I ran out of Jameson and I was like, I'm not gonna go to the store. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna call up there. I'm gonna see if they can bring it to the car. I'm gonna do all this. Y'all, I just went ahead and tied up everything and just like got myself all into my personal PPE. And then I took my personal PPE and went to the liquor store and there was nobody in there. I'm just thinking this place is gonna be hopping. And it wasn't. And what I was gonna do after I went to the liquor store, because I got my Jameson, after I went to the liquor store, I was gonna go to Wegmans, which has a fantastic system in place. Like they pick up at your house. Did they really? So I had this fantastic system. I was gonna go into Wegmans. If you go in, you can only go in one door. You could only go out one door. When you go in, there's like a person who has a guard who's like he's got the hand sanitizer and the wipes for you to like be safe as you go through. And then they have another person as you're leaving who does the exact same thing, which is amazing, right? That's amazing. However, I literally only needed, because I had a grocery delivery finally today after it took 3 days, but I had a grocery delivery finally today. So the only thing I needed was the Asiago cheese that I wanted for this dish. So I was going to go into the store specifically for that. The line for the Wegmans was like out the door, around the corner, like they're monitoring how they let you in. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to go stand in this line just to get some Asiago cheese. We about to make this thing great with some sharp cheddar. So I'm hoping that the sharp cheddar is not overpowering, because Asiago does have its own flavor, but it's a lot milder actually, in my opinion, than sharp cheddar, but it's a wonderful melter. And so this dish specifically, if you can get 5 ounces, that's how much you need. 5 ounces of Asiago cheese. So if I go through my list of things I put in here again, I put very little half and half. I did put one full orange bell pepper. I put a half of a green bell pepper. I put 2 stalks of celery and 1 small yellow onion. Just chopped it up completely. I sweated those vegetables in a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter. Put the olive oil in first, let it get a little hot, then add the butter. Because if you add just the butter, it's gonna burn. Butter will burn on its own, but if you add that little bit of olive oil, then it doesn't. And that's probably why they came up with margarine. They didn't want to burn. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. I'm sure I don't know. That's one for the Alton Browns of the world. Y'all like Alton Brown? Y'all watch Food Network? It might just be me. But that's one for the Alton Browns of the world. Okay, so let me see. How long has it been, y'all? Not yet. Not yet. We're turning the fire up. So I think I have another few minutes. And then I will take this out and it will be my pot pie recipe. But the pot pie, really, you probably should put the top over it. I used the piece that I would use as the top, and I made another little pie crust. If y'all want to see, like, I literally took what I would have used as the top, because I only wanted to use one because I have so many shells left. So like I could just keep making these as long as I don't put a top on it. And my friend, when she made her chicken pot pie, she put biscuits on top. So you like the Jameson Black Barrel. So I actually have had the Jameson Black Barrel. I thought it was an interesting flavor and I liked it. I don't know. Did you like it? I actually liked it. What else did I try by Jameson? I actually tried that sorry y'all. I actually tried that it was like a beer and the whiskey at the same time. What is that called? Double Jameson 2 something. I tried that though when I went to the Jameson distillery. When I went to on a trip to Ireland, I went actually to the Jameson distillery, and that was one of the things that was in there. And so I tried everything Jameson, and I was like, "This is pretty good." I like Jameson. I'm a fan. I'm surprised because I had never really gotten into Irish whiskey before I went there. I also went to the Teeling distillery while I was in Ireland, and I got to meet the owner and his mom, who looks like his sister. I think actually his mom might have looked younger than him. I ain't tell him that when I was standing there because I'm like, you're meeting like the person, but I was like, man, your mom looks like she could be your sister. Ooh. I'm gonna give it 60 more seconds and then I'm gonna pull it out. Pair anything to go with it because literally after this is over, I'm just gonna eat this. I'm going to eat this pot pie as it is with no vegetable. And it's bad because my mama told me, my mama said you should always have a green vegetable with all your food, and I didn't. Y'all see my shirt? It says adulting. That's what I'm doing. So you know what the great part of adulting is? Liquor. That's a great part of adulting. I don't know what else makes it great. I'm sure y'all gonna say your kids and watching your kids grow up. Little kids are cute. Little kids are cute. So that can make it amazing. Also, what can make it amazing? Liquor. Liquor makes it great. Okay. I think it's time to take my pot pie out of the oven. I just turned it off. I'm going to take my pot pie out. So I've got my gloves on. And that all of this for my one little pot pie. But actually, I should have left that on because I'm going to put this one in. Well, I'll come back to that. Okay. But this is my done pot pie. Now, obviously, you have to let it cool. This is fresh out of the oven. But beautiful. Do we see how beautiful my pot pie is? And I'm showing it here, but I'm also showing it on YouTube because I'm live on YouTube at the same time. Did y'all know that? I'm live on YouTube at the same time. So my pot pie is now done. I'm going to sit and let it cool because it's too hot to eat. And what is she gonna do then? She's gonna take a little black pepper and put a little bit more on top. And how about a little parsley? Because why not? A little parsley, you never heard about it? Some dried parsley flakes. And then I'm done. I'm pretty much done. There's nothing else to this meal. This is my and shrimp and crab pot pie. And it's super easy. Like, I hope y'all can see that it's super easy. I had everything chopped up ahead of time, and all you're doing is kind of sweating these vegetables and adding the stuff in, and then literally just putting it into, if you want to make like a bigger one, you could have put all of this into the big pie shell and then just made it that way. And that's it. So now I just have to let it cool and eat, and that's it. That's it, people. There's nothing else for me to show today. That's all she wrote. At 6:51, I'm done with my dinner. Any questions? Are there any questions at all? And you know what's also amazing about this dish? This is a dish where I did not use bacon because I put bacon on everything. Everything. But this time I did not use any bacon, which, oh, maybe next time you know what? Maybe next time I will like chop up a little bacon and put it on top. So I don't have anything. You're welcome, Charmaine. I'm glad you appreciated it. If you have any questions about what I just made, it's literally a beautiful thing to look at. I'm going to take some pictures and share them because I want y'all to like really, really see it. So I'm going to take some pictures of it before I get my fork in it because that's actually what's going to happen next is me getting my fork in it. And I'm going to take some pictures of it so that y'all have a really good view of it so you can see what it looks like. But it's like super simple. So this is one you can easily make when we're staying home. And if you have a good cocktail that would pair with this, then let me know because I don't think I'm a mixologist, but I'm definitely a drinker. She is not a mixologist, but she is a drinker. So if you have a cocktail that would pair better than my basic whiskey sour, that's basically what this turned out to be because I took whiskey and sour mixed. And then I always like a little citrus because I like that citrusy flavor. So I always add like the tiniest drop of orange juice, right? Just enough so I can taste it, but not so much that it's overpowering. Because I don't want it to taste orangey, but I want to be able to taste the orange. So that's actually it. I don't have anything else. Y'all don't have no questions for me. Y'all so quiet. Normally when I go live, y'all be so lively. What happened today? It's a work day, isn't it? Today is Tuesday. What happened on Tuesday? Some people get on your nerves. I hate those people at your job. They suck. But you know what y'all did learn? All those meetings really could have been emails. That's what y'all learned today. Like every last meeting you had, now you know it could have been an email in the first place. There was no reason for y'all to come together in a room and order snacks because I know y'all be having snacks. Even though it doesn't taste super alcoholic, I feel like. But yeah, that's it. If you don't have any questions for what I made, I'm gonna post pictures of it. I think it's really, really beautiful, but it's still too hot for me to pick up on my own. But that's it. I'm super excited, y'all. What's next? Who thinks we're gonna get out of the house before the end of May? Who's excited? What you laughing at? Tamikia, can y'all see this? I enjoy watching. I'm glad you enjoy watching. Mom, do you see it? Isn't it beautiful? So I'm showing it here, and I'm going to show it on YouTube. Can y'all see this? I'm going to take a picture so you can really see it because it is quite beautiful. But I think my camera would do it better justice than me kind of holding it up. I'm glad y'all enjoyed watching. I really don't have much else to share. I'm glad you took this time out to cook with me, and I hope y'all try to make it. The next one, I think I'm gonna put the little top on it. So maybe I think I already put a picture up of the one with the top on it. Though I actually already showed y'all that, so you can see it. But that's it. You know who'll be cooking? And she's cooking in the kitchen. I crack myself up. That's how corny I am. I crack myself up. You can't wait for my virtual B-Day party. Is this not the saddest thing? Hey, Alicia. Is it not the saddest thing? My birthday is probably going to be virtual. My birthday is in less than a month, May 3rd. May 3rd, y'all. My birthday. Hey, girl. Hey. Yeah, my birthday is on May the 3rd. And most likely, do y'all think we're going to be out the house? We might be out the house, but we probably ain't going to be running up and down the street, honestly. I think our whole way of life is different now. Hey, Steph. I don't know if my little Stephanie be cooking like asparagus and spinach and kale with salt and pepper. my crab and shrimp pot pie is not the healthy thing Stephanie be cooking. I'd be like heavy cream, add some salt, add some cheese and all that kind of stuff. She be out here making. You like, no, we'll be in the house. Oh, I don't want to be in the house. I do want to get out the house. I don't want to be in the house anymore. But you know what? I recognize the privilege of being in the house. I said that today. I was like, you know what? Even being able to social distance is a privilege. I have a home to be in, right? Like I could be on the street. There's people who don't have anywhere to go. There's people who have like uh stay on her stuff. But yeah, but no, y'all really, there's people out here who can't social distance because they're living in shelter or something like that. And I just like, I hope let's all remember them in our prayers. But yeah, I don't, I don't, I don't, I make fatty type foods, shrimp and grits and crab and shrimp pot pie and all of my foods. I like flavor, so I like making things that are like super tasty, awesome. And not that those things aren't. Because let me just tell y'all some of the best grits I ever made, some of the best collards I ever made were some vegan collards. Vegan. Vegan collards. Your birthday is 5/20. Oh, see, that's what I'm thinking. We will be in the house. We're gonna be in the house for your birthday too, Kristen, on 5/20, because I really don't think we're gonna be like out and about and like moving around. I'm the president of the Xavier Alumni Chapter, and I don't think we were gonna have like a big membership crab feast. Like it's free for everybody who's a member, but we can't have that. We are going to have a virtual party though, and our special guest is going to be the Xavier administration. How about that? When you want to talk to your president and stuff, how about they gonna be at my party? Yeah, yeah, vegan collars. Yeah, the vegan collars were bomb. I can't even lie. The vegan collards I made were bomb. If I can, toot be beat my own horn, toot be beat. Toot beat beat, honey child. Yeah, but they actually were like probably the most bomb collars I ever made, ever. And I was like, you didn't put no ham hock in it. I shocked myself because I did not know that collard greens could taste good without, the stuff in there. So that's it. Okay. I'm gonna get offline because I'm just chatting now, y'all. I'm just taking up your time with my chat. So I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to post this picture so that y'all can see how beautiful this came out. It came out amazing. It's crab and shrimp pot pie. It was super easy to make. Y'all saw it didn't take like any time at all. I guess I'm like the 30-minute meal person, but there's prep time involved. So that's what extends it. Even if it is a short meal, if the prep time is going to extend it out. And what you just have to remember is um, season to taste. Season to taste. And that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you. So I'm going to log off. I hope y'all enjoy your wonderful food. I'll be posting a picture of this so you can see it. It's still very hot. I'm going to wait to post a picture of this so you can see me um, take a picture of it before I get my fork down into it. But I hope y'all like it. I hope you really like it. I hope you try the meal. I hope you try the meal. I hope you take pictures of you trying the meal and share that. Okay? All right. Have a happy night. Happy cooking, people. Bye. Happy cooking.